This is one of the multiplication templates that we saw during the training, during the pictorial math training. So let's suppose that we're going to multiply 23 times 11. The 23 is going to be broken down or decomposed into 20 and 3, and the 11 will be broken down into 10 and 1. So basically we're going to be using the distributive property to multiply because 23 times 11 is the same thing as 20 plus 3 being multiplied by 10 plus 1. Now we're going to use the box to multiply things through each of the elements, each of the factors. So now we have 10 times 20 is 200, and then 20 times 1 is 20, 3 times 10 is 30, and 3 times 1 is 3. Now I can certainly add all of the pieces, all of the subproducts, but I'm going to do something different. I'm going to ask myself, how many 1s do I have? I have 3. And then how many 10s do I have? I have 5. And how many hundreds do I have? I have 2. So the answer of 23 times 11 is equal to 253. Now we will get the same answer if we add it across, and we have 230, and we have 23, and so we will get 253. Alright, so let me show you another one. Let's say that we're multiplying 24 times 15. So we have 20 and 4 and 10 and 5. So I'm going to multiply and I get 200, 10 times 20, or 20 times 10, and then 20 times 5 is 100, and 4 times 10 is 40, and 4 times 5 is 20. When I ask myself how many 1s do I have, there's no 1s. When I ask myself how many 10s I have 6. And I say 6 because it's zeros for the 10s, and then 4 and 2 are the only 10s that we have. And then for the hundreds, we got 3. So the answer of multiplying 24 times 15 is equal to 360. So now I'm going to multiply one that requires a little bit of regrouping, so you see how we handle that with this strategy. Let's say we have 19 times 13. So we got 10 and 9, and then 10 and 3. So 10 times 10 is 100, 10 times 3 is 30, 9 times 10 is 90, and 9 times 3 is 27. When we find out that there is 7 1s, and sometimes I scratch off all of the 1s placed so that you see that there is 0, 0, 0, 7 1s. Now in the tens place, I have 9 and 2 is 11 and 3 is 14, so I'm going to write 14 tenths. I write it this way because you can only have one digit in the tens place, and if you have 14 tenths, that's really 140. And now at the other end, I'm going to find out that I have a total of 100 left over. So now when I add up my numbers, I'm going to have 7, 4, 2. So I have 247. The same product as if I added 190 and 57, and so the answer is 247. Okay, so I would like you to try one out, and so I'm going to write it out, and you're going to basically draw the little box, and I'm going to go ahead and do this from scratch. So I'm going to erase everything, and let's say we have 12 times 13. What I'd like you to do is to draw a box like this, and go ahead and distribute the 12 and the 13. right? And so I'm gonna wait a moment and have you try it out, and just place the numbers 12 and 13 the way they should go by decomposing the 12. And you should have done it already. You should have written 10 and 2 and then 10 and 3. Now go ahead and fill in the box. You can pause anytime you want the video so you can check to see if you did it correctly. So you end up with 130 and 20 and 6. Now when you're going to add up all the numbers, you can write your hundreds, your tens, and your ones, and you end up with 6, 5, and 1. So the product of 12 and 13 is 156. In other pictorial math videos, we'll show how this is the same when you're using 3 digits times 2 digits or 3 digits times 3 digits. Same strategy. It just uses the distributive property to make the multiplication a little easier. Okay?